I asked you guys, who would you want to have as your phone a friend? Chris, you were kind enough to say me. But you'll see in a second, I'm a piker compared to this man. Honestly. Smartest guy I know is my brother, and the smartest guy I ever worked with is this guy. With all due respect to everyone else I've worked with.
Take offense to
there
that.
really is he's a one of a kind. He's a diamond in the rough. He is my buddy who I love. His name is Jeremy Schaap. How are you, Jeremy? You there?
I'm very nervous right now, Richard.
There's no money on the line here.
There's a lot on the line after that.
It's just pride.
Preamble.
It's pride.
There's a lot of preamble, and I didn't know this was going to be a quiz. I didn't know this was going to be a quiz.
No, I think you'll be fine, Jeremy. Have you ever been asked to be a phone a friend for anybody at all? In any?
Never.
It's never been.
Never.
You would be mine.
No.
You absolutely would be mine.
I appreciate that. Thank you. No, I'm jealous. What Mina got to do, that's like a dream.
That's what
that's
I'm
like a dream
saying.
come true, and to nail it.
That's why I want you, because you want the pressure, Jeremy. You want the moment. You want the challenge. Would you have gotten the question that she nailed correctly? Do you know it? Did you know what she got right?
I remember it was the electricity White House, and Benjamin Harrison was the correct answer, right?
Right. Yes. Would you gotten that?
Yeah. My look. I could say whatever I want, right? When I heard it, my instinct was Harrison, but would I have stuck with it through all the pressure of 5 minutes of this and that, and then they gave you 50%, right?
No.
Did they go down? Did they
No, they didn't do that. No. You'd have been the phone a friend. You would have had 30 seconds to give me an answer. You would have told me Harrison, right? Come on now, right? You would have.
As far as we know, I would have.
Okay. Now I mentioned before that you're experts. You're an expert at so many things. Vice presidents of the United States, you know them, correct? You know them very, very well.
I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
The succession of British royalty, you're very, very good at that. I've seen this in person, right?
Since the Battle of Hastings.
Okay.
Not as good on the sack.
And when the dollar bills had on the note, to use the phrase, letters associated with the Federal Reserve at which they were printed, you used to have those alphabetically arranged in your wallet, correct? Right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, when they had those notations.
Okay. And to this day, you probably do remember which letters are associated with which Federal Reserve, correct, Jeremy?
I think so.
Okay, very good.
So I haven't been asked in many years.
Okay.
Nevertheless.
I have the list.
All right. So, Chris, do you have a question you want to ask Jeremy Schaap?
Yeah,
My phone a friend?
So, Jeremy, Benjamin Harrison, who was his vice president?
Oh, please.
Levi P. Morton.
Levi P. Morton, yes. Now, who was the only vice president to serve under two different presidents?
John C. Calhoun.
Maybe that's correct, but I have George Clinton.
There are two.
Okay, there you go.
Clinton and Calhoun. Clinton served under Jefferson and Madison. Calhoun served under Adams and Jackson.
Okay, very good. And
you were just asking for one. I didn't want to correct you.
No, you nailed it.
Okay, how about this one? Let's Chris, I'm telling you, this is my phone a friend.
I get it.
Okay, this is my phone a friend. Not
only that, George Clinton. Hold on with it. George Clinton was vice president under both Jefferson and Madison. And when Madison ran for re-election in 1816, he defeated Clinton's, I believe, nephew, DeWitt Clinton. So it was kind of a inter-family kind of thing going there.
Spiking the football now, which is wonderful.
1812.
Okay, so now I've got one for you here. The 10th vice president of the United States was who? And his first name is the letter
John
for.
Tyler.
You're right, and his letter is the first name for which Federal Reserve?
J is. Hold on. I said it was a long time. F is Atlanta. H is St. Louis. I is Minneapolis. J is Kansas City.
That's correct.
Wow.
Correct.
That is correct. And Kansas City starts with the letter K, which is the Federal Reserve for which other city?
Dallas.
That's correct.
Oh, my God.
Come on. Come on.
This is my phone a friend.
Now, wait a minute. James K. Polk's vice president, he was elected, of course, in 1844.
Yes.
His vice president was George M. Dallas. And it was around this time when Dallas actually was established But the last time I checked, it's still uncertain, and I lived in Dallas for a couple of years, as you remember, Rich, whether Dallas is named for George M. Dallas or someone else. It's kind of unclear. It's one of the great questions, I think, of American geographical name origins.
Okay. You understand why I'm doing this, Chris? You understand why we're doing Jeremy? Honestly,
my leg's shaking. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm
nervous. You haven't gotten anything incorrect. Do you want to do Chris? Do you have a Royals question for him? You want to call up the succession of British royalty? Because honestly, you're the guy, Jeremy.
You're the taxes, but I'm getting older.
No, you're not. You're absolutely
and the Danes
completely nailing this sort of thing.
I got one, Rich.
Okay, what do you got over there,
Vice
TJ
President?
Jefferson? Okay.
Who was the first vice president, Jeremy, to become president without being elected?
Without being elected, so it would have been the first one when the president died in office. That would be the man we've already mentioned, John Tyler.
Survey says.
Yes.
Ding.
That's correct. Jeremy Schaap, everybody.
John Tyler, both the 10th president and the 10th vice president. And, of course, as I'm sure you're aware, Rich, just within the last few weeks, one of his grandsons died. That's true, and he still has a living grandson. This is a man who was president almost 200 years ago, and he has a living grandson.
Whoa.
It's amazing. There was a story about Tyler's grandson, the remaining surviving grandson, I think in the Journal yesterday.
And watch
Maybe
this
2 days ago.
And watch this turn. Watch this turn. Jeremy, what'd you think of Mike Tyson and Roy Jones? What'd you think of that one?
I refuse to watch. I refuse to watch. I would have, usually I'm okay with being hypocritical, but I had said, I had done a number of commentaries like, this is ridiculous.
Yep.
We cannot encourage geriatric pugilism. And people said, yeah, but you're going to watch. I thought maybe I would fold, but I just fell asleep.
It was entertaining.
I would not have watched, though.
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't do it, Rich. I said in the commentary, I said, what, they couldn't get Dempsey and Tunney? I mean, this is ridiculous.
It really was quite something. You missed out. You missed Snoop with the call.
That's fine. I'll get a chance to watch it.
All right. So, you know the.
What, that's it?
You know the.
Give me something else. Give me something with a. I spent a lot of time over the years memorizing useless things, and literally appearing on the Rich Eisen Show is the only time I ever get to use it, because now everybody's got a computer in their pocket.
I know that. So I guess I don't. Where would I even find the succession of British royalty? Do you have it up there, Chris? In front of you?
I'm looking up obscure British royalty trivia.
Okay.
Apparently, they're not allowed to play Monopoly.
That I did not know.
I did. Why? Because they have a monopoly on everything else? Is that what it is? I don't know.
The Queen has someone break in her shoes for her.
I didn't know that either. Yeah. I did not know. All right. So
no, it's strictly chronological. The succession, William I up through Elizabeth II in order. That's what I know.
Okay.
My knowledge is broad but not deep.
Well, how did they get the name Windsor?
Nothing to do with
Jeremy, why do they go by Windsor now?
Well, they chose Windsor because they were Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, and that became inconvenient during the Great War when they were fighting against Germany. And after George I became king upon the death of Queen Anne in, I believe, 1714, they were always considered kind of interlopers from Germany. And 200 years later, with the Great War, they didn't want to be called Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. They'd been Hanover, of course, under the Georges of William IV, and then when Victoria was queen, she married Albert, who was also German, and so they didn't want to be Saxe-Coburg-Gotha anymore. It sounded too dramatic, so they adopted the name of the Castle Windsor.
Did they get that right, Chris?
Checks out.
Wow.
God bless you, Jeremy Schaap. I love that diamond in between your temples. If I ever,
this is like what I've lived my whole life for, getting to do this.
No, my God, no! It's just you. Oh, hold on a second. I just got emailed the line of succession. I'm going to have you do it, and then we will. Okay. Actually, is this the current? Thing. Is this the current top 10? Is that what it is? Because do you know the current one, or you just know the history?
I can't get. I mean, I could figure that out. I'm talking about who has been the monarch since 1066, and a little bit before, because Edward the Confessor was monarch for like 30 years before that, then Harold Hardrada, then William I. But if you're talking about who are the 10 people in line now,
yes.
I mean, I could figure that out. Obviously, it's first Charles, and obviously it's second William, then it's his 3 kids, then it's Harry, and then it would
I don't know anymore.
Harry has a kid, so Harry has one child, right? So it would be Harry's kid, and then you would go back to the monarchs.
I think you're right. I think you're right on all this.
I get a little confused because they changed it. It used to be the male. The male always superseded the female, but they changed that in recent years. But I don't know if that's retroactive. So honestly, I don't know if Anne is now ahead of Andrew and Edward.
By the way, this is the worst lineup card ever. I mean, I think Enrico Palazzo would throw out this lineup card. All right, so last one, Chris. You've got an Olympics
Jeremy,
one
more. A pentathlon question. Which pentathlete?
I love the modern pentathlon.
Obviously. Which pentathlete has the most...
Are we talking about the modern pentathlon, or are we talking about the regular pentathlon?
The modern pentathlon. Which Olympic athlete, pentathlete, has the most Olympic medals in the event?
No idea. I'm going to guess that it's someone from Hungary, but I don't know.
I don't know. Pavel Lednev of the USSR. Between 68 and 80, he won 7.
All right, Jeremy. Sadly, you're no longer my phone a friend. It's over.
Damn it!
You got everything up to this point. Actually, here you go. We can't end on that note.
I know. I feel bad now.
Who are both vice presidents for Ulysses S. Grant? Before you go out the door.
His first vice president was Schuyler Colfax.
That's correct.
And his second vice president was Henry Wilson.
Thank you, Jeremy. That's called a walk-off. You may drop your phone.
You guys.
Thank you. Right back at you. Thank you, Jeremy Schaap. Love you too.
See you, bud.
Rich, I'm going to need his number just in case I get on with
I'm
issues.
telling you.
Now I feel bad for giving him.
That's my phone a friend.
I want him to be my phone a friend now.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.